Good evening, good people. Uh, Energized Coach coming to you with another video. Just wanted to come back to you and talk to you about some of the things that have been happening and some of the things that I've been sharing. A lot of times, you see people on videos and you kind of get an idea or think that they're sharing things just, via video, but you never really get the feeling or thought that maybe if they're only sharing it on video, are they actually talking to folks in real life? And so I had an opportunity to try to walk and share some things that I had saw 2 days ago and some things that I felt 2 days ago in regards to, say, this RF frequencies that I have been talking to you about, especially considering the video that I shot on Valentine's Day in regards to two 5G antennas that are placed right next to a school. And so what I wanted to share was yesterday I taught 8th graders and I dismissed them and I walked them out of the building. And when I did, I walked by one of the antennas, the one that is near a playground area where preschoolers play. And I felt this strange feeling. First, I kind of felt it in my locks, and it kind of tightened up around here. But then I felt this strange headache as I walked through and took the students to the front of the building. Then as I went through and came around the front of the building, all of a sudden the headache was gone. It was kind of strange. So I thought, well, maybe that was just a coincidence and maybe it didn't have anything to do with this frequency. And so what I did was, when I left the building, because I went back into the building, I had to gather my things before I left for the day, got my bag, and I came back through the back door of the building and walked back past this antenna to see if I got the same thing, and it did. All the way to my vehicle did I feel this tightness in my head. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, is it possible that the Energized Coach could possibly be suffering from symptoms of electrosensitivity? And I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe I'm just ridiculous. So when I got home, picked up my grandson and went and got my wife, and we went out to the stores. I'm not going to mention what the store it was, but I went to the store, and it's 2 levels. And I went in and I'm fine. We're walking around doing everything. I'm feeling great. Then I go to the 2nd floor, and all of a sudden, as we're approaching a certain area, I started getting the same thing. And I started thinking, wait a minute, is there something behind this wall? It's causing this. I mean, so much so my eyes were kind of shut. It was just like an intense pain in my head. And so to kind of test the theory, I told my wife, look, I'm going to go over here and look at some other things and just kind of see what happens if I walk to a different place inside of the store. So I walked away. All of a sudden, it's almost like the feeling started coming back to the back of my head, and then it let go. And I just kept going. I was like, wow, I feel so much better in this part of the store. What was it about being over there? So while I was over there, I was looking at some things and checking out some stuff, and like I said, the electronic area, what have you. And I found it kind of strange that there's nothing over here that's causing problems, and I would think that it would be a lot because the store has a very strong Wi-Fi signal because it has a free Wi-Fi that you could use. So as you're walking through, maybe if some of the items that you're not finding are in the store, you can actually visit their website. Maybe if I was looking for on their website, you could order while you're in the store. So as we're going through, my wife and I met back up with her, and we went through, and I was in the clothing area, and all of a sudden it started happening again. I was like, why is this happening again? Then I was kind of had clothes in my way. I looked behind the clothes and saw there's that wall that gave me this feeling. So it had me thinking, oh, wow, what is going on? Why is this happening? What is happening with this? And so it made me feel maybe I am indeed suffering from some symptoms that are electrosensitivity. Now, if you're not familiar, I would definitely encourage you to look up what it is. Electrosensitivity, of course, is a condition that those who are around things like EMFs, RFs, uh, Wi-Fi signals, Bluetooth, things of that nature, that these people have a sensitivity to these frequencies and they have reactions to them. Some could be headache, fatigue, you feel stressed, you feel all of these symptoms that don't make you feel well because these frequencies make you feel that way. And then when these people are removed from conditions or even change the conditions in their home so that they're not exposed to all these EMFs, they feel a lot better. So they have to be protected in order to be able to get the peace and be able to live, because they're not having these conditions that are causing their sensitivity to these symptoms to arise. And so I'm thinking, okay, I decided this while on my way into work to make a video about it. Maybe open up some discussion. I mean, I also found some information that issues surrounding, say, these recent findings in regards to this coronavirus, that the frequency of 60 gigahertz, where with the 5G in the US, they have been allowed to have frequencies between 54 gigahertz and 100 gigahertz legally. But at 60 gigahertz, there's a chart, you can look it up. 60 gigahertz will cause the electrons in the oxygen molecule to speed up. Now, if you want to kind of get an idea or understanding of how this works, in your microwave, if you ever notice when you put food in there, it's the water that tends to get heated versus actually the food. But by heating the water, of course, you know the molecule in water, it's H2O, 2 parts hydrogen, 1 part oxygen. It's that oxygen molecule that has the microwave causes those electrons to heat up or to move faster, so it causes the heat up. So if you think about it, we have to breathe oxygen, which is O2, and which is a molecule that we have, and that molecule have the electrons speeding up at 60 gigahertz. And if that's the case, this is the oxygen that we have to breathe, that we have to live by. And if there's a frequency that is being manufactured that's causing that molecule to heat up, that means somehow the oxygen may potentially become compromised. And so with that understanding, I attempted to shoot this video this morning, and when I go to play the video back, just like the video that I played back on Valentine's Day, there's this high-pitched sound that's inside the video that I didn't hear with my ears, but I didn't hear it until I played the video back. And I played it, of course, while I was in the parking lot about to go into the building. So I'm thinking, what is going on? Why is it, first I'm getting these headaches, then it's these high-pitched sounds, and they're saying that this frequency is safe because it has not been tested, but here are things that I'm experiencing myself, and I don't know if anybody else is dealing with it or going with it. Hopefully if someone hears it, then maybe they can share their stories about what it is that they may be experiencing, if you even recognize anything of what a 5G antenna looks like. If you look at some of my videos, you'll see. And maybe going through some of these things that it might be a result of your exposure to these 5G antennas. And so, the reason why I'm sharing all this is because I'm trying to get an update, because now things are happening. If you actually do a little bit of research, a little bit of background, we've got this issue going on with the coronavirus, and these people are really getting sick, and some people are falling dead. There's even videos that show people that just be standing perfectly fine, and out of nowhere, all of a sudden, they're just toppling over, and as a result of this coronavirus. But could some of that be attributed to the fact that 5G is in Wuhan, China? The first pilot of this 5G was in South Korea. And so because China is allowing this frequency to just be exposed in these cities, could this be a problem that's created by what's going on with these people? And of course, now there's the threat of it coming here to the US. And so I wanted to share some of the things that were going on with me, and hoping that some of the things that I've been sharing, if you go to my Instagram, Energized Coach Clemens, or you go to my Facebook, Energized Coach Clemens. I even also sell products on my website, energizedcoachclemens.com, and kind of help you get what it is that you need in order to protect yourself. There's clothing, there's fabric that you can put to help protect you from the EMFs. I have grounding mats. I've been talking about grounding. One of the things that you have, your body is full of positive ions. And as you are exposed to this electro smog and you take on these frequencies, you have to find a way to dispel it from your body. And one of the things to help you do that is through grounding. It's too cold right now where I am. I mean, if you're down in a region where it's not so cold, you need to go out, take a walk, take your shoes off, walk on the beach, walk in the park, get out in nature, go anywhere where you can connect your feet to the ground for at least 30 minutes. It gives your body enough time to be able to dispel these positive ions into the earth, which your earth is at 7.83 hertz, to be able to give you what you need so that you won't have to suffer from these conditions, because the more you're exposed to these electrosmogs, it's cumulative. Your body will eventually start responding, especially with this prospect of 5G that's constantly going up, and eventually you're going to be suffering the conditions of what it is that this is going to happen to you. So if you're dealing with things with headaches, there's someone that I've seen that I've found that talks very extensively about these conditions, in which she changed her entire household because you're suffering from migraines, where she made the entire house where there's no Wi-Fi, everything's hardwired. She turns her phone and puts it on airplane mode so that it's not trying to solicit a cell phone signal, and making her house to where she reduces the EMFs in her home, and she gives the testimony that she doesn't suffer from these migraines as she did before she changed the household to this. If you're suffering from migraines, maybe that's something you want to consider, because you don't know where these headaches may be coming from. A lot of times people like to test for, oh, well, I didn't eat this certain thing, or I didn't do this or do that, I didn't consume enough water, or I didn't detox, whatever the case may be. But my encouragement to you is to do whatever is necessary to kind of create conditions where you can be healthy, not only eating healthy, detox, and taking in your water, doing whatever is necessary, drinking your green tea, or whatever the case may be, moringa, I've shared that as well, to be able to help you have a healthy situation, or conditions that are healthy for you, so that you can survive, because they just started, and they're eventually going to be putting up more. And the more they put up, the more it's going to happen. I really wish I could probably share. Maybe I'll put a little bit in this video about the sound that is going on in the video that I recorded this morning, to kind of give you an idea of what it is that's going on. And so, this is Energized Coach is giving you some more tips on what it is that you can do to be able to and share some of the things that I've been experiencing, maybe because I'm sharing my experience. Maybe you have had experience of your own that you may want to share and talk about in regards to what is going on with you. And hopefully we can do what is necessary to protect ourselves so that we don't become so heavily inundated with this electrosensitivity or this electrosmog that causes everyone to get sick, and that we won't be able to enjoy the life as we so deserve and want to have. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I love you. And hopefully you will do what is necessary to protect you and your family from these dangerous frequencies that will be penetrating this atmosphere. If you haven't already, it will be coming to you very soon. Peace.